Check 1.
Bam.
2, 3.
Vanderpump
4, 5.
You hear? You're
Nothing.
on. How about now?
Cannot hear it
Really?
from the mic. Nothing from the mic. Nothing. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Hey, hello. Good evening.
Bam.
Okay, welcome to No Suggestion podcast with Ralph Jean-Pierre. No Suggestion is the improv comedy podcast talk show. And tonight we have a very special guest with us. Would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
My name is Jared Wilder, and I'm very happy to be here.
We are
with
so happy to have you here.
both you talented, wonderfully amazing people.
Well, back at you. All right. Getting
you guys
ready
keep
to
vamping.
rock.
Keep
That was
vamping.
that. Honestly, can I just say that was some spectacular vamp, like
That's
a
very kind.
Vanderpumping Rules, and I don't even know. I don't know what that
I've
show
never
is
watched
about.
it,
Me
but
neither.
I'm curious.
I'm curious now. I'm assuming it has something to do with somebody amazing. And so the thing about vamping, especially when one who happens to be a host has to
Yes.
go tinkle.
The pressure is on.
The pressure's
now.
on for us and his bladder.
Yes.
I think more his bladder than it was for us.
The pressure is on, but I think we can handle it.
I think we can,
we're
too.
handling it very well.
Unbelievably so.
Super well.
At this point in time, I assume that this is the Vanderpump Rules.
Rules. The Vanderpump no rules.
No.
There are no more rules.
Honestly, this show should probably wind up being on MTV in like 1997. But you know what? We're here and we're now, and we've been to the past and now we're in the future,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
We are broadcasting to you live from the future.
Live from the future.
Well, let me tell you and everyone about the structure of our show. So we will talk to each other, all of us, and at any point in time, whenever you are moved by the spirit, you can start an improv scene based off of, some part of the conversation. And then I think when you are ready for it to stop, or anyone, you can just say scene. And then we'll keep talking. And the structure is thus
Mm-hmm.
very casual. But yeah, we are going to get to know each other, and I'm very excited.
Me too. And I
So-
like that too because of the fact that when you get moved by a spirit, I feel like you remember who you were with when it happened.
I hope so.
I think
Yeah.
so. And I feel like I already do. I'm already going to remember this spiritual spirit journey.
Yes, it feels good.
It does. It does.
Feels,
And not like one of those like, oh, this is going to scare me in like a Dickens sort of way, like scare the Dickens out of me.
right.
Like I guess
Dickens.
literally and figuratively if it's how many spirits are coming our
It
way.
depends. We don't know the number.
Also, the irony is, I'm Jewish, so I'm not totally sure how many spirits are coming my way or if it's just mostly like Moses and Ishmael and you know how it goes.
Maybe whoever wants to come through.
Yo, for real,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Honestly, I would love to have more of like a Ouija board experience to my spirits. I feel like the Ouija board experience was really great until I realized that my friends were moving it. And then I just really
Ooh.
didn't have any understanding of what was real.
I'm a little afraid
Yeah,
of the,
right?
the Ouija board. Yeah.
We have a spirit coming through.
We do.
There's a spirit. There's a spirit wants to talk to you.
I feel the spirit. I
Ooh.
feel the
There's
spirit.
a spirit wants to talk
Catch
to you.
the spirit.
Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Catch-
Steve, there's a spirit wants to talk to you.
Okay, Steve.
Okay, Robert, send him my way. You know that if a spirit comes-
Irate. The spirit is irate.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, here's
Everyone
the thing.
remain calm.
It's okay. It's okay. Remain calm. If you're a spirit or you're just spiritual, remain calm.
I think inherently spirits will be spiritual. This is a spirit. It's not a person. They're not
Yes.
calling for
I
like a
feel the
Connecticut.
vibrations.
Is this a possible corporeal spirit or is a spirit just
I don't know what that word means. Kathy, you know?
Yes.
Okay, what's
Of the body. The thing is,
the thing is?
we
spirits?
don't know how it will arrive. Until it arrives, it's almost impossible to describe.
That's a good point.
Impossible.
I know that I just have I'm just getting a feeling from the seance
No.
the feeling, the intuition that I'm getting as the swami. Is that legal still to say swami? I'm the swami.
Yes. Are you kidding me? If you could do it, Chris Berman can do it. Anyone can do it.
HR is not clear about it, but there's a spirit coming through.
Very fair.
And it's all I know. I don't know how it's going to appear, if it's going to have a form, if you're going to be able to see it, touch it.
Kathy, I'm feeling
irate.
I'm
it's a
feeling
little
irate. I think it's toward you.
It feels like it's towards me. They're usually irate towards me, and that's just I think, a personal situation.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding.
Kathy, I'll take it. You know what? It usually isn't, but I'll take it anyway. Kathy, this one's on me. I apologize. So bring it home.
No, this might not be. We're both here to facilitate spirits coming through. You came here to talk to your family, but this is actually for Steve,
That's
my partner,
fine.
Steve.
I will go get a cup of tea. And
No, please. I mean, please, yeah, just tea in the corner. Have tea.
It's really, and I got to tell you, if you're going to visit with a spirit, you want to have some nice, calming spiritual tea.
Gambling debts.
Gambling debts.
Yeah, that's
I know
what this
all
is
too
about.
well about that. Yes, it was there was a period where I happened to have lived in, well, if you've been
Toledo,
to Reno.
the word Torino? Torino.
It's Toledo.
I'm sorry, but what has
it's
happened to
Reno.
our seance?
I was just, spirits are coming through. I think there's something from your family coming down the line, but first there's a spirit that wants to talk to Steve.
Okay.
About both Toledo and Reno, and they're both, in fact, probably areas in which that he has.
I didn't hear if it said Torino, Toledo,
I
or Reno,
feel
but
the
it's gambling
spirit.
debts. Yeah. You
It's-
feel the spirit of like your grandmother or your aunt, Kathy?
I think it's the very irate spirit and it wants
Yeah,
to move
this-
to you.
Yeah, this spirit has nothing to do with you, Kathy.
Mm.
Steve.
Oh, mm.
You're inhabiting the body of Steve right now. Please, you can say whatever you need to say.
The New York Jets.
Scene.
Very good. Scene. Wow. Jared, you're a thespian. You're a damn Robert Duvall of improv.
It's
Beautiful.
very, very hitting home with me, in fact.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Which part is hitting home with you
Are
the
you
most?
a native New Yorker?
I am, in fact, a born and raised native New Yorker.
Native New
Wow.
Yorker.
I am indeed.
Twice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Two
You
in a
too.
row. Yeah.
Oh, hell
Native.
yeah. We go way back.
Wow.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Your mom lives here. Your
Yes,
whole family
my
lives
family
here.
lives here, but we don't come from
You
here.
don't come-
We just
isn't
New
right
York
here.
has welcomed us with
Adopted
open
you, yeah.
arms.
That's
I'm the
very
inverse.
nice.
My whole family's left.
Oh, I guess now mine has 2, but his 3rd generation.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm first generation. My parents are not from here.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
All mine are.
Wow.
From my mom's from the Lower East Side on Grand Street, where my grandpa had a deli and now is a
Oh.
comedy club.
Wow.
Right, which is crazy. And my dad was from Queens, and then most of the family was from Queens as well before, the old country. But
Wow. Amazing.
yeah, now the old country is just the 90s.
So, they've
It
been
was
here.
a time.
What, like
Is it ever?
70 years, 100 years?
So now, yeah, and so actually, my grandpa he worked for Warner Brothers back in the day with Reggie Rose and Neil Simon, and so he was working on 45th, actually in Hell's Kitchen, where I now live,
Oh wow.
which is kind of crazy. And then he wound up moving out to LA, and then wound up working for Warner Brothers in PR for a good long while, and then he was out there, and my dad and mom were here the whole time, and then had my sister and we were in the Upper West Side for most of my life until they actually wound up moving to Jersey when I actually moved to LA. So they're out there and they're a little closer to some of the businesses, to my sister and to the kids. And so
That's
it's
nice.
wonderful for
Close
them.
fam.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
really
love that.
nice. Yeah, and then I have cousins who are in Jersey, so we have a really kind of a True Girls in Brooklyn family, which is really special.
Oh, I've never seen this movie. I know what it is.
It's a book as well.
It's a book.
Yeah.
Definitely have never
And
read
also
it.
about the tea. That's what reminded me of it was the tea.
Ah.
And there's one beautiful moment of them realizing that if they don't have as much money in terms of life, but they have a lot of love, and they have this one, the one thing that she does a week is have a hot cup of coffee. She doesn't even drink coffee, but it's like, it makes her feel like she's special. It makes her feel like they're rich. And then that was when, the streets were paved with gold, even though it was mica schist. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, wow, it was just really special. So
I've got to read this book.
yeah. No, it's a pretty fantastic one.
Tree grows.
Margaret, someone?
Yes.
Margaret, I forget the last name.
Have you
Yes. Now I'm forgetting.
Whoa.
I know.
have you read this book?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Maybe it's not even Margaret. I could be wrong.
But honestly, it sounded
That
like
sounds right.
it sounded like a really like Margaret just sounds like
Such a nice name.
It really is. I just believe a Margaret
It's beautiful. My
yes,
childhood best
believable.
friend was
Oh.
a Margaret.
already.
Wow.
You know
Never
what?
met a Margaret I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
True.
Margaret in my clown class years ago. I had a big crush on her.
Oh,
She was
okay.
a little bit older than me.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Such a good name. It means wisdom, I believe.
Ooh, wisdom indeed.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Very nice.
And I really am just curious. What made you read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn? What were the circumstances that made you pick it up and go?
Was it required reading?
Oh yeah. Well, so also I went to school in New York, and so there was a really wonderful education that we got, and so fourth grade, sixth grade, I was reading Shakespeare, which is probably why I have such a love for it now and special theater and everything. But it was required reading. But then when I got to, I think, college, I wound up going back and rereading a lot of the books that I read as a kid. Because I feel like books, movies,
That's
music,
true.
especially,
You look at
Ralph,
them with new eyes.
such new eyes. And
Yeah.
I have new eyes. I have new eyes every day.
Yeah.
I'm not literally, because that would be expensive, or some sort of Minority Report situation. But like,
Yeah.
but if you could,
Don't run, John.
no, don't run, John. Don't run.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when you go back and you see something that had inspired you earlier in your life or earlier in that week.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on that week, you had such a different type of week and it changes your perspective.
Yes.
Music
I
too.
love that.
You're a brilliant musician, so I can imagine how much
shit,
you
man.
understand.
I think so. I definitely, I actually have that experience more with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And every time I reread those plays, it feels different each time.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It's special.
They grow on you. Although, you know what? I never came around to Hamlet. I don't.
By the way, can I tell you, neither did I. I think it is everyone's piece. Everyone has to play Hamlet. I find it to be, this is my hottest take, the most overrated role
I really
in
think
all of
so,
theater.
too. I think it's a little bit overrated. I
Interesting.
don't like it. And maybe there was an era that, well, I don't know. I think for people who are maybe a little bit more neurotic, it makes
Yes.
more sense.
Yes.
I don't tend to relate to it that much. I don't
You're
really.
not a tortured soul.
Well, probably not in that way. I don't know. Yeah, Hamlet doesn't make much sense to me. Neither does Macbeth, to be
No,
honest.
because there's also,
I like that one, I must say. Yeah.
for you, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I agree though with Macbeth in terms of the character. I feel like Macbeth and Hamlet, you have one choice or you have the other. And one of the best, most exciting parts of being an actor is the choices you make that differentiate it from all the other times you've seen it. Why do I want to see this iteration with, Ralph in it? Because he has a different perspective on it.
Yes.
If somebody has a good take on it, I'll see it.
Yeah.
But I just, I love Shakespeare. Those aren't my favorite of his plays, but they're the most talked about.
They are.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Are you a big Shakespeare person?
I will only say that I dabble. I enjoy the Bard. My uncle actually is a Shakespeare scholar.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
That's where most of his academic career, maybe it was Shakespeare related, and then he was an actor, became a director. But my uncle, I just remember when I was a little kid, my uncle, Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed reading it in school for sure. But I definitely have not read them all. I don't know everything. There are probably some that I haven't read.
Yeah.
By the way, did you already introduce the show?
I did my best.
Okay, that's great. That's perfect. What's your uncle's hottest Shakespeare take?
I don't even remember. I just remember that he loved Shakespeare. I don't remember which is his favorite or.
Professor, that's an outrageous take. I mean, it's an outrageous take. It is
my take.
I mean,
outrageous.
It's outrageous, Doctor.
Outrageous.
Doctor. I see that you're upset, and I'm sorry. I cannot speak for. You're also a doctor,
yes,
Professor, but
an academic doctor. Yes.
Academia these days. Academia.
I don't want you to look down on us or to second guess. We would love you to join our faculty. We'd love you to join.
Understand.
Yes, but I would like to know what was so outrageous about what I just said.
Well, what you just said about literature, I mean, it
blew your mind.
It blew my mind. I cannot, the things that you just said about Shakespeare.
Yes.
That it would be.
There are many things to say.
Boy, are there ever.
I don't agree that the definitive versions of Shakespeare plays are coloring books. I don't agree.
Well,
you're a doctor.
Let's agree to disagree.
You're a doctor.
But, as the Crayola crayon palette has evolved,
yes,
so has our understanding of the bard. So, in many ways, my outrage is only superseded by the outrageous colors that the crayons brought to the coloring books.
You're adding some credibility to this argument, and I don't agree. This is an outrageous
crayonability.
These are children's books meant to help them be introduced to the characters. They have no.
Well, we agree to disagree.
They're not the definitive takes on Shakespeare.
Right, but what child that you know isn't out, possibly on the lawn, having a contemplative moment about their livelihood at maybe 7 or 8 or possibly 12?
You're a doctor. Please get off the ground and don't color.
Yes, he's going to be a wonderful addition to our
Stand up,
university.
sir.
I feel very elated that there's someone else on my side, the coloring side.
Elation. And the truth is, if you didn't want somebody to lie down on this beautiful
now
floor,
you're lying down.
You now have a beautiful rug. And this rug seems possibly, well, very, very comfortable to sleep on.
Don't take a nap. This is the middle. We're having a meeting.
Oh, well,
take a little
seems like it's about to be my nap time as well.
Where did you get this blanket? You are both doctors. We're here to discuss.
You need your sleep. That's a
Dr. Ramsey.
thing.
We're here to discuss you joining our school and our faculty.
I'm just after a little bit of a nap.
Don't reach up to me for a juice box.
We should give him automatic tenure.
What?
Scene. I almost tripped on this sound panel behind.
Oh, you see, they're trying to hate.
I walked right into it.
Wow. See, they knew you were going to be
awareness.
deep in a scene. They're trying to trip you up, trying to stop our improv.
Yeah. Literally.
You can't stop it.
You can only hope to contain it.
Damn.
Bang.
Damn, watch out. Shine. They're trying to block your shine.
No, for real.
Get the, move those panels out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, just let her cook pieces.
Let her cook, please.
Let me take a step back.
I mean, really.
Jared, where are you cooking these days? Where are you cooking? Do you cook? Are you a good cook? What kind of things are you cooking up?
Well, I am cooking up a storm, let me tell you.
Wow.
All right.
I am more of a breakfast style cook.
Okay.
So I feel like
say more.
Okay, so I feel like I wind up having I love Top Chef. But every time I watch it, I think, you know what? That's why I'm not a chef.
Okay.
And I don't feel like that when I'm performing, but I do feel like that when I'm performing my chefly duties.
Okay.
That's very good, and I appreciate that. More like you know what? If I could have been a short order cook at an omelet bar. Actually, you know what? I might still have to take up that job.
You can scramble eggs.
The hell out of an egg.
Pour cereal.
Oh, you have no idea, Ralph. I can pour some cereal with the best of them. I can start dropping. Honestly, you give me a variety pack.
I felt like for some reason I assumed you were somebody who could cook and enjoyed cooking.
Yeah. There's something about it. It's very zen-like.
Yeah, but do you enjoy it?
Meditative.
Yeah, it is. You know, I enjoy cooking, but I enjoy cooking for people probably more than I enjoy cooking for myself. So when it's like an event or like a fun experience, it's like, okay, figure out a couple of things here and there that you can do. Yeah, and then I do enjoy a good. I have a good supply of milks that are all not expired.
Nice,
which is very important when it comes to the cereal game. Thank you. Nice. The cheese, I'm not totally sure. I wasn't sure if it was pepper jack when I bought it or it just now, but it might be done.
Oh my word! Yeah. We're in the groceries now. Well, what else are you cooking? What's going on in your life these days? What are you excited about? What are you cooking
in the kitchen? Followed by what are you cooking in life?
I am. I'm actually a lot of wonderful stuff that. So our mutual friend, wonderful Sean Wickens.
Shout out to you, Sean Wickens.
Honestly, I love him. He's just
Sean Wickens,
and just one of the best guys and most talented people you could know.
The Buddha of comedy, the Buddhist Zen monk of comedy. Am I saying that right?
It's really impressive. Sometimes I'll just listen to him and I'll be like, wow, you actually understand string theory in a way that like Doc Brown didn't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's impressive. So he actually got me involved in this online network, KGL TV, which was really awesome because it was one time they had the show, The Late Night Sesh, with this awesome guy, Reese Turner. And Sean was like, hey, they're talking about wrestling and sports. Come on in, be a guest. But, I mean, that and I guess omelets and cereal, but, mostly more that and theater and, life, I guess.
Wrestling, sports, and theater.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That's probably what I theater, wrestling, sports, but I guess probably a combo. And then comedy is the sort of the
glue?
thread that ties them all together.
Nice.
But so he brought me in, and now
and wrestling and sports are kind of, and really
theater as well. That's what it is.
Okay,
because there is because it's sports and entertainment.
Wow.
Yes,
and those are two of my favorite things as well. And so those coming together, and was very fortunate. Went on to this late night sesh show and had a great time. And then Kelly, who is the producer and the head of the network. She was really awesome. She was like, hey, do you want to do some more stuff over here? And one of the guys who was doing the sports show, who was doing like a 5-minute, he said, hey, do you want to do a football show weekly during the season? So now him and I are doing a weekly football show in the trenches every Thursday, 3 p.m. on KGL TV.
That's awesome.
Which is really awesome.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It's one of those things where, it was an interesting year with some theatrical projects that I thought were going to go well and then went awry.
Pull Mike just a little bit closer to you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we're going to go awry and then turned out they did. So I was actually going to be producing a couple of pieces of theater and bringing back my show Laugh in a Draft, but couldn't find the space because post-pandemic to find any of the spaces, it's just
tough.
It's changed the entire game.
Totally.
It really has.
What has changed?
Everyone is already scheduled for like the next 3 years because so many things got put on the shelf during the pandemic, and now that things are sort of mostly back to normal, those things are further ahead in the queue.
Yep.
Wow.
Bingo.
Yeah,
nailed it.
I wonder how that's going to shake out, because I think certain projects people are going to be like, oh, well, we're not really doing this anymore. We've moved on to something else, or I don't know.
I wonder, but the problem is though that I've been wondering that for a couple of years now, and it hasn't shook out, and so I wonder. I hope it would shake out, and I do. One would have expected it would have at this point. But since it hasn't, that's why I was like, all right, well, getting into this wonderful aspect of online stuff and then really having a year of theater was very fulfilling to me because I love improv. I love improvisational comedy, of improvisational theater. But it takes a lot more of a team to put it together and, get it together. And you can have that for a couple years. But then sometimes there's even a shelf life on that, and so for this, being able to go from theatrical piece to theatrical piece. And while doing so, being able to sprinkle in some of the online. The truth is, though, that, everything online is real estate in the sky.
Oh, very interesting. So say more about that.
So essentially, if we're talking about the spaces that we couldn't get, well, hey, you guys are doing it right here, right now. You know what I mean? It's that we're trying to get it to a space that is actually there. Mm-hmm. And if I can then get this show to somebody and they can see it, because, hey, if you're not leaving your house, you can't change free will. You know what I mean? And if it's happening in the largest, the film industry, the TV industry, the theater, Broadway, at this point in time, you have to get a bigger name at a bigger theater just to sell it.
Hmm.
And
are people going to shows right now?
Yeah.
I think so. It depends.
It depends. Yeah.
Maybe it depends. Yeah.
I think people are seeing comedy a lot.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were saying there's more arena headliners now than there have ever been at one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is going around the country. And I think when you're touring or you get to that level, you then can get on, whether or not it be Netflix. There's so many networks now that they need content. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. It's about IP now. It's about intellectual property of, okay, well, this person has that. I can bring them on. And while they're touring, they're also having this Netflix special. So we're kind of cross promoting it in all the ways. If you're only here and you're doing what used to be amazing stuff off Broadway, that's now unfortunately off Broadway.
Okay.
Or possibly New Jersey.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm doing I've got some things cooking. I've got some things going on. I'm doing off.
Oh, sure.
Broadway. Just,
sure.
Just down the road there, very off.
Way off.
Way, I didn't use the word way. It's just a simple, it's not off. It's not off. It's just off.
I'm just taking my notes.
Yeah, I know you have to shorten it, like the stenographer. You have to shorten, but it's not way off. Is not the term I'd use. You say it's just, it's not off or off or off, but it is off Broadway. But it's a very great production. A lot of professional people.
Oh, very, very professional.
This is our director, and
we are, as I say, 45 seconds from the Hudson.
There you have it.
Right
yes.
there. You have
I'm so excited to write this article.
And actually the writer and the director of this play. And
here's the thing about writing.
Oh, beautiful. Please share your thoughts. Just one of the most brilliant, deep thinkers. I'm honored to be an actor in this project.
No, I am honored that you are an actor in this project. My project, our project, our project.
Oh, I'm just going to be writing an article about the project.
But you're part of the process.
You are now part of the process. I can't write if you can't write.
Oh.
And you're writing so that I can write, because without you writing this, it would be a tree falling in the forest. But the thing is about the forest, it's filled with trees, and trees are paper, the paper in which I wrote this piece on.
This is the kind of poetry that's in the play. Now, I know you just asked us what we'd like to drink, what kind of coffee we want. I know that's what you asked us, but this is the kind of poetry that's in this play. Just want you to understand that. In order for you to take our order, that is something you need to understand.
It's the best part of waking up is words in your cup.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, you asked us for our names. But before we seen...
You asked us for our names. I feel like I had a middle name. I feel like everyone has a middle name, but I feel like in this case...
You don't have a middle name.
That's true. Technically, I don't, although I do have a 3-name name.
You have a 3-name name? I have a 3-name name, but I have no middle name.
That's true.
Okay. Well, this
feels like a riddle.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. What's your middle name, Jared?
Oh, Alexander.
solid,
Jared
sturdy,
Alexander
Yeah.
Wilder.
name.
Yeah. Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Wow, I don't know that reference. Tell me more about this.
Like, come on along. I'm gonna take you by the hand.
Jared, you seem like you were born in the completely wrong decades. What decade?
Pretty Mama, Take Me by the Hand, or no?
Ooh, no,
something else?
you might be right.
No, is it?
No, honestly, you might be right. About that and Tree Goes in Brooklyn.
I want
This
to
is
say
why I need an
feels like,
amazing partner like you.
It feels like
You're
were
right.
belong in the 40s.
I do. I still might be there mentally and physically the way that I woke up this
That's
morning.
wonderful, though. That means that you would fit into something in that style. You know, it's a superpower.
Yes.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. I finally found my superpower.
What is
I just thought it was adult allergies.
What is the play or the movie that you watch and you're like, this is the world I belong in? Why aren't I in that world?
Wow. That is a good question.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to vamp while I'm thinking?
I don't know. It could be the same for you, Aston. I think
as an actor, like, what do I really want to think I would be good at?
Or no, not as an actor. Just like when you watch it as a spectator, you're
oh.
like, that is the world I should be in. I understand that world.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Really? That really makes so much sense.
would.
Like, I get it. And it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, those are the places that, like, I feel like my parents went to, and, like, you know, the Catskills.
Yeah, it's in your blood.
It really, like, literally and figuratively, I think it might be. There's something about that. Yeah, I do feel I'm probably of a different era, but that's why
decades?
people look at me funny all the time.
What decades are those, Mrs. Maisel?
Oh, so that's
60s?
what, 60s, right?
Yeah,
60s?
50,
Really?
maybe.
I mean,
starts in the 50s
seems like
and goes
50s.
through the.
I'd love to hit
I
up
think it
40s.
goes
Yeah.
Oh, like,
further through.
yeah, that's what it is. It evolves over time, but
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I think that would be pretty great. And just to be able to be old school in a, like, I feel like if I could be rocking out like a tux on like a daily basis, and it wasn't like the Penguin.
This is like the 30s now you're talking about. You're basically talking about being Cary Grant.
Well, here's the thing, though. How do you know that I'm not?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Everything. You've
Yeah.
seen me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. I love this. Mrs. Maisel, that is
We're like, yeah.
chef's kiss.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see you in that world.
And there's
Totally.
something about that early, that the Jason Robards era, the Tom Hanks romantic comedy era, and the Adam Sandler of the 90s.
Yes.
Those, I feel like there's somewhere a mix between that Tom Hanks 90s, hopefully romantic comedy, and then Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
Okay, so it's you're going late 80s, 90s, and Jason Robards, that's what, 70s, 60s?
Yeah.
Didn't he have a very
Jack
long
Lemmon.
career?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love Jack Lemmon, that Neil Simon Odd Couple era, but like of them, you know, a Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau style. Love to be able to find somebody like that where you could really just, you know, rock it out like that with.
So that's
I'm
so
sure
nice and
it's
so
on its
funny.
way to you.
I
you know?
appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel it.
I really,
feel it.
I needed that. Thank you so much.
What about you, Aston? What
Okay,
is the thing that you feel, the world you feel you belong?
I definitely, I want to be a detective
Ooh, nice.
on television.
Nice.
And I want to be a detective on television, not in the real world, but on television.
I love it.
Like a hard ass, you know, serious, but
Oh, wow.
maybe, I don't know, has some, you know, emotions underneath, like we all do.
Heart of gold.
And so there's that.
Who's the lady that's on the SVU? The main
Mariska
Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay.
That's
God
a
bless
good
you.
gig.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that what do you want to be Mariska Hargitay?
I don't know if I need. Maybe not, like she's like the main detective.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
too hard to
Like,
Hargitay right there.
But I also I'm in a Zoom acting class every Monday, and you know, you ask other people in the class to read for you when it's your turn to do your scene, and everyone always asks me if there's like a teenager, a teenage boy or a teenage girl. Everyone asks me like if I'll read it. So I think I really have this like deep yearning to just be a do a teenager voiceover for a cartoon or something.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
But yeah, people keep
That's range.
asking me to do that.
I could see you as a hard-boiled detective.
Yeah.
I really think you'd be interesting in that.
Yeah,
Thank
if you
you.
showed up on a crime scene, I'd immediately feel so much better about the
Oh.
fact that I was just part of a crime.
What?
Sir, please
a
lie
thing
down.
to
Your
say.
leg is disappeared.
Yes.
We have to wait for the
Oh.
detective
Yeah,
to show up.
Okay. Oh.
Here I am.
Whoa.
On the
This is-
scene.
Is that weird?
I'm gonna
But-
take this seriously, detective.
Yes, I'm calling an ambulance straight away. Just hang
person's leg
tight,
is
sir.
hanging
Hang
out.
tight.
It's okay. So, you're
Mesmerized by the mystique of this. Your leg is gone.
yeah, but you know what? My heart came back.
Wow.
So
It's on the walkie-talkies.
it's okay.
Yeah.
See, I gotta tell you, somebody being able to use a good walkie-talkie in a public setting.
They're on their way.
Oh,
Just
thank you so much.
Remain calm. Here's
you know,
an emergency blanket.
he's so thoughtful of you.
You're very nurturing and soothing. You have you're smoking a cigar and you have a trench coat on, but there's something warm about you.
I'm a complicated person.
I didn't know what to expect. I feel like you flashed your badge, you flashed your gun, but then you gave this gentleman a blanket. By the way, half his leg is gone.
Yes, they're on their way. They're on their way. They're on their way.
It's just alarming that your leg just showed up in your leg, and you're taking it well.
You know what? She also flashed her personality.
Wow. You just got up on your elbow too as soon as you showed up. You really light up a crime scene somehow.
Oh my god, that is so nice.
Never thought I would want to lose my leg, but you know what?
Well, you don't have to want to just because you're meeting someone.
We have to get this gentleman
Yeah,
to
but-
the hospital right away.
It's like a meet cute. Except I'm
Can I just say I just saw you? Are
The
you
meat.
also an EMT? I just saw you take your hat off and do what?
wow.
I might be.
You're doing
Wow.
like some sort of cabaret or character act here. This is a crime scene.
That's range.
Let's see.
Amazing. Amazing.
This is
What
just
a crime
fooling
scene.
around
What a
here.
crime
We're
scene.
gonna get serious.
Listen, Ralph, so you didn't actually get to answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had thought of two answers at first, and then I have a third answer that's more accurate. Okay, the
Okay.
two first answers are: I would love to live the world that makes sense to me. I'd love to live in the world of Grosse Point Blank.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that movie.
That movie
I
makes
was
sense.
just thinking about that movie. That's crazy.
That movie makes sense to me in a
Mine
way that I can't even. You know this movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it makes sense to. It just makes so much sense to me that that's just the premise of a hitman goes to his high school reunion. It's something about it is just so I just get it. And then
Yeah.
the other movie that I watched, I'm like, I should be in this world is House Party. House Party 1.
Oh hell yeah.
You ever seen House Party 1?
I mean, maybe I haven't seen House Party.
Oh my god, it's
Mhm.
just a
but
beautiful
I love
world.
the
Mhm.
title already.
It's one of the most watchable movies I
What's
think.
the year
ever.
on it?
90, I think.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Like 90
Let's
or
check it out.
maybe
House
89.
Parties. It sounds like there's a series of.
Yeah, there's
House
up to
parties.
4. I
Yeah,
think.
they have more than one house party.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
More than
first
one.
one is the real gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starring rap duo Kid and Play.
Okay.
And young Tisha Campbell.
Oh yeah.
Martin Lawrence.
Uh-huh.
Rest in peace, one of the great stand-up comedians of the 80s, and I think he died in the early 90s, Robin Harris.
Oh yeah. Good call.
Very good. What's the name? John Witherspoon was in it as well.
Mhm.
A lot of
I
great
gotta
stars.
check
in
this
it.
out.
Yeah,
House
yeah.
Party 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
First House Party, but then I think also just the movie that I want to be in. That I think I'm trying to. My life is designed. I'm trying to make this movie my life. Is Hook.
Oh my god,
I
dude.
can see that.
I
You're
lo-
every character. You're one of the Lost Boys. You're also Peter Pan. You are also Captain Hook.
Oh,
That's so wild.
there
Wow.
you are, Ralph.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
It's me. I'm here.
Hey, Wow.
right where you need to be.
You guys are touching my face.
Yeah,
Yes,
honestly.
you're just so beautiful
it's
and
like-
complex.
And like we get to feel like the magic, and it was like an osmosis thing. I thought magic would come onto my hands
yes,
and
yes.
through my whole body.
I feel it.
How
as
did you
well.
guys get into my apartment?
Oh,
Oh,
we
so
just came up the
remember
fire
when we were
escape.
doing magic earlier?
You guys don't have to
yes.
explain. It's my birthday, and I'm just glad you're
Okay,
here.
so honestly, it was the fire escape.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank you for saying that I'm beautiful.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, you're beautiful.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, happy birthday.
I don't really eat
you're
Jell-O, but thank
beautiful.
you.
Whoa.
But no. But this isn't just any Jell-O.
Yeah.
It's flavored Jell-O.
That-
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like any Jell-O.
No. It's left over from my last hospital visit.
Mm.
I know you've been through a lot, and it's really kind of you to show up here anyway.
And
I think it's lime.
It's not
No,
just
it's lime.
part Jell-O. It has other parts as well.
Yeah.
It is also some ectoplasm from our previous seance that has made its way into the Jell-O.
I ate a lot of this. I ate
You ate a
ectoplasm.
spiritual Jell-O.
Yeah. And you know why? The thing is, when you get spiritual Jell-O, it always bustin' makes you feel good.
Yes.
I feel like you guys really see me for who I am, and
Yes. You're
When
beautiful.
you're not a spirit.
I don't know if I have a lot of real, true, close friends, and it's just
No, you do.
Yeah.
They're right here.
Mhm.
yeah. I really appreciate you guys.
We break into your apartment, even if it wasn't your birthday.
Yes.
It's cold in here. I wish you would have
Mhm.
closed the window.
Oh, we broke it.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, we broke it. Yeah.
I'll fix it. I will bring my toolbox and I'll fix it.
This is the best birthday I've ever had.
Bangarang.
Scene. Nice. That was very sweet. Wow. Meta.
Meta.
Never done one of those before. My word.
You are the past.
I really love that movie so much.
Oh, it's the. No,
seen it
you
in a
will
long
not
time.
migrate and will the opponent.
Oh my gosh. Dustin Hoffman in that movie is unreal.
Yeah,
I'm Captain Hook?
Yeah.
Which part?
Just a bit. Just a portion.
Yes.
Yeah.
To
Probably.
me.
I mean, very honestly, I can be very mean. Yeah.
So can Captain Hook.
There
It's
he
true,
is.
yeah.
But so could Peter Pan.
He was
And his kids ran away for a reason. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
He was Peter Pan and a little self-centered, you know.
Yeah.
it was really what is it?
Wendy lady did not like that.
Yeah. The stories
She
are
went back to
Yeah. She actually.
stories are
yeah.
true.
She locked the window that you left open for us to break into your house in the last scene.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. And yeah, I watched that movie so much. I love it.
How many times do you think, if you had to estimate, how
I've
many
probably
times
seen
have
it
you
20
that?
times.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
At least 10.
Do you ever think about that? Like for a movie that you didn't know or a TV show that you didn't know how many times you saw it? If there was like a dossier, because I can't remember at this point in time.
What
but-
are the movies you've seen the most in your life?
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because
Ooh.
this is also a time frame versus a how many times I've seen it.
Well, we're also of a certain age where I don't know how other people do it, but we're of VHS DVD age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very particular kind of way to see movies.
Right.
And we're also probably all blockbuster kids.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yeah, what do you think were the movies you've seen the
I
most? in
have
your
to
life?
have a moment to think.
Yes.
Yeah. I genuinely have thought about this, and I feel like I could do that more with TV shows and movies. But with movies, I'd actually be very curious if one day somebody went into my mind and were just like, oh,
and counted.
it was
God, I
Hook.
wish that was real.
Or I just or how many times had I seen something on like TBS for like an hour and a half? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, I've seen Ocean's 11 a lot, but it's not like my favorite movie. You know
But
what I
it's
mean?
broken up many times over the duration for a commercial break.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's one of those.
Much like House Party.
I think up there for me, my top 3 is I probably have to go top 5, but it's probably somewhere between. It's Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably number 2. The '89 Batman is
Yeah.
probably number 1.
Ooh, that might be, I think it's probably in my top 5.
Wizard of Oz
Oh
Nice.
yeah. I've seen that
Yeah.
many times.
many times.
I've
These
even
are
been
just
to
the
Kansas.
VHSs that were in my house.
Yeah.
And then Good Will Hunting and Titanic I've seen quite a few times.
Nice.
I think that's it for me. That's what I got. Yeah.
I watched Romy and Michelle's high school reunion so many times with my best friend in middle school-ish time. It was just like our favorite video to rent.
That movie, I think, more
Yeah.
than most other movies, the world that it depicted was so fully formed.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very surprised there were never sequels.
Yeah.
Because it just seems
Totally.
like when the first movie happened, it was almost like you already knew the characters.
But maybe they did it so perfectly the first time around. That's all
Yeah,
you need.
yeah,
But
they
I've
might.
seen that a lot. Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the animated Disney Robin Hood a lot.
Wow.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I really liked that one, and I realize as I am now an adult, I am most like the rooster, the rooster that sings all of the songs. I really think that's like my.
So you're making me realize it was the one I was always most
Identity.
fascinated with. I don't think I ever saw it in full.
Oh,
I don't think I ever saw it the whole way through.
Oh, word.
haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a while. I hope that it holds up.
I never saw the
Yeah.
Jungle Book either. I never saw. There's a
Yeah.
lot I didn't see in that middle Disney era. There's
Right.
a lot of those I didn't see.
But then it hit, and it was just banger after banger after
Yeah,
banger.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
those
They figured
Aladdin?
out the
I
formula.
was going to say the Aladdin, yeah, Beauty and the
Little
Beast, Lion
Mermaid,
King.
Aladdin.
I don't know how many times I've seen them all, but from
Yeah.
a VHS perspective, throw in that first Toy
And,
Story.
Oh, Toy Story.
Oh my gosh.
Every summer it was so exciting because you knew there would be a new animated
Damn.
feature.
Yeah.
That's an era. Okay. You said that. Do you think in the whole canon of Disney movies, that's the character you relate to the most? In the whole canon,
Okay.
which character would you say you relate to the most? I'm asking because I already know mine.
Okay, nice.
I'm standing firm in my.
Rooster and the
Yeah.
roosterness. Yeah. You're roosting in the rooster. Yes. What about you?
Yes. So there is an aspect of both Buzz and Woody.
Wow.
I can see this.
And
Yeah.
so I was going to say, a little bit the Beast, just probably in a modern day perspective.
Oh, I want to hear more about this.
And then
He's sensitive,
Aladdin.
the Beast.
Yes. And then that's what it is. It's more that. And then, but I think that there's a little bit of that Buzz and Woody because it's the Martin and Lewis. It's the both sides of the coin.
It's the tone. It's not so much the character, but that tone.
I think so. And
Wow,
by the way, though,
love
that's
that.
why also that Batman is also for me it stands alone. And I mean, even past the Nolan Batman, you know what I mean?
I
Because
need to rewatch it. I
that
haven't seen it
one,
in a
it's like
while,
it's such a perfect Halloween movie too, and there's just
Yeah.
something about it that just hits in a way
That's the
that it's
Burton
macabre.
one. Tim Burton, yeah.
Yeah, and it's and then I mean,
Yeah, it's a perfect movie. It's got so many strange quotables. I'm of a mime, makes a moogie. It's just like unbelievably quotable, that movie.
yeah, I love unbelievably quotable movies. That's why the whole Sandler era is really for me.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then I'm a little bit about both of those,
Yeah. Yeah.
Billy and Happy.
Billy and Happy.
Do you have an answer, Ralph?
Yeah.
I'm
Who you would be?
100% the Beast.
Yo, nice.
I'm the Beast.
Love the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a happy ending, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
They got together. They stayed together.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
romance.
The Beast. When I was a kid, I'm watching this and I'm just like tortured because I'm just like,
Yes.
why does this make so much sense to
I
me?
was on the
Yeah.
edge of my seat. I remember seeing it in the theater. I was like on the edge of my seat, at
Wow.
the battle, like
Yeah.
the suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that, I have a visceral response to the kill the beast.
Right.
Because you remember it right before ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is real and this is a Disney movie.
Scary.
And I know that all the other ones were filled with bad stuff, but that was the first one I think I was conscious of how messed up it was.
An angry mob.
Angry mob, which is not fun when they're coming at you. It doesn't matter the situation, if you're right or wrong. An angry mob coming at you is not fun.
It's bad news.
Tyler, I'm giving you a wedgie today.
Oh, not again.
Oh, it's coming. And this is going to be the worst wedgie you have ever experienced in the history of David Dinkins High School. This is going to be the worst wedgie.
Peter, if David
Yeah, what?
Dinkins himself knew how bad your wedgies were, he would actually resign as mayor.
Imagine Pearl Harbor.
I have.
Why?
Because we had to read about it.
You don't have to imagine it.
Well,
that's
I have
why
a
you're
vivid
a bummer.
imagination.
That's why I'm giving you a wedgie, because you're always bumming us out.
Gentlemen, I know I'm not supposed to open the bathroom door, but can you guys come back to gym class, please? All right?
Coach Braun, get out of here. We're handling business.
We're handling business, but
I'm going to give you the biggest wedgie you've ever had.
You're going to get an F in physical education
Oh, I can't get an F.
if you don't come back to class.
I'm about to give Tyler a W for wedgie.
And I'm going to get an L for my life.
Do I need to get the principal?
Yes.
Coach Braun, what?
What? Yes.
Don't you see? I'm going to give
What?
you a wedgie.
You already did.
But this one's going to be worse.
An
Coach
atomic?
Braun, just give us a second. I'm washing my hands.
Oh, God. You're washing your hands? Oh, my God. Does that mean that I didn't wash?
You don't remember if you washed your hands?
Getting
my
weird,
hands.
So I'm going back to my class that I've left unsupervised.
Yeah, go watch them,
Dodgeball.
Coach Braun.
And that's why you're a gym teacher.
Yeah, I'm going to get, all right, now get ready. Countdown's going to start.
The final countdown.
It's the final countdown. Coach Braun. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow, that made me really happy. That's really good.
Just fantastic. Shout out to the American Dragon, Brian Danielson.
What is, what, okay, this could go either way, or you could give me both answers. What is the conquered dragon? What is the what's the thing that's still left undone
In
your life, Jared? Yeah.
Whoa, heavy.
What's undone still left?
Outside of my personality in life and
Yeah.
mental
Give us
state.
all of it. Give us all of it. I want to pick, because you were a stand-up comedian,
Yes.
actor.
Yes.
What else? Do you write?
Yes.
What do you write? Plays?
Yeah.
Scripts?
Direct.
You
produce,
direct?
Improviser.
Improviser.
So you're a theater creature, and you're a comedy creature,
Yes.
and your family.
And a creature of the night.
Yeah, and you got a family in the area-ish moving
Yes.
around.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a New York creature.
Was in LA, and I'm glad I'm a New York creature again.
Okay. What?
I hear ya.
I want to hear a little bit about this LA saga.
Oh yes, so I got brought out to LA, audition for a program with the head of Paramount Comedy Casting at the time, Deborah Aquila, who she'd gone to Stella Adler, where I had gone to. So I graduated from NYU, from Tisch, and I went to Stella Adler, and one of the head teacher, the head of the Adler technique, Ron Burris, for I think it was 35, 40 years. He had also taught her, and then she was out in LA, and she's the one who found actually Ed Norton for Primal Fear, Wentworth Miller. Like that was a big deal.
Wentworth Miller, is that a blonde?
Oh, the dude from Prison Break.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And then he was
I'm thinking of Penelope Ann Miller.
Yes.
Anyway,
but she's good too.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
why
know
you
if she
went
found
out to LA?
Yeah, so I got out there, and at the time I had just actually broken up with my college girlfriend and had an agent that was bi-coastal, and I'd actually just booked Hope and Faith at the time with Kelly Ripa. It was a TV show on ABC back in the day, for like a smaller part that was supposed to be bigger, like the next season, and then they cut all the kids.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
you went out there in
and
Hope
you'd
and
moved
Faith.
out there.
Yeah, and then I moved out there, and then as I said, my grandparents were out there, and then a lot of my best friends had done this program. So pretty much a lot of us just migrated out there, and so I was there for 4.5 years actually. And
What years are these?
this is 2004 to 2009.
Okay.
Yeah. So that period was an incredible period in my life, and I'm glad that if you don't take the chances of a lifetime, you never have an opportunity
That's true.
or an adventure
You
of a
have to take
lifetime.
the risk.
You got to leave
Yeah.
the Shire once in a while. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, you hope you make it back from Mordor, but at least I'm getting second breakfast and smoking weed with my friends along the way, so that's okay.
Nice.
But I realized the truth is I wanted to be on Broadway. That Broadway, MSG, Yankee Stadium.
Wow. Yeah.
When you ask,
you're a New York creature. That's
what it is.
To.
You know what I
I'm a
mean?
New
And
York creature.
that's everything to me. And hey, I've been in LA. I've done that. I got to do Chuck at the time when I was out there, and there was a couple of bigger things that just didn't hit because I was a young, funny character actor in my 20s. And now, I walk in and I got, some gray on me and I got some miles.
Also, those roles get cut a lot.
Oh boy, do they ever. Yeah. And it was a great experience that I was done with. And I knew that I wanted to come back because I had actually started at Second City, LA. And then I was working a little bit with David Rosowski, who's the head at the time out there. And then
seems very angry.
Yes, boy, I know. It's very Chicago style.
Yeah.
And then I got to work with Jeff Perry from Steppenwolf. And
nice.
that was
Cool.
That was one of the things that for me, I was like, you know what? I knew what I wanted out of my life, and the same reason why I wound up transferring from Ithaca to NYU. I knew what I wanted, and I just felt like, all right, regardless of how many times you might have cement shoes, you got to get up and do it, or you're never going to be happy with what you're doing with your life or anything, I think, in your life. And so I think all the things that kind of came my way came from the hardest and most difficult decisions I've ever made. But because of that, all the best things, the parts, the loves of my life, the time with my family, the time getting to meet people like you guys, where it's just like an amazing night like this. This is everything you kind of ever want out of, art and career and life. And so, yeah, but Broadway, MSG, Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get there. Yeah.
I just love the positivity. It's so great because there's a period in time where you don't feel like that.
Yeah.
And when it is, it's so amazing when people that you just genuinely like admire and respect tell you that. And it's like, okay, thank you.
And people need to be encouraged.
Yeah.
Like, especially if they're doing a good job. Sometimes you just like need to hear, well, hey, are we, we're almost out of time. It
Oh,
seems.
shoot. All right. I was having a great time. Here we go. You're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. Thank you for listening to Radio Free Brooklyn. Your support keeps us going. Yeah. Hey, you read one of these.
Nice.
You read the second paragraph.
Ooh. Ooh, is this a wrong time to tell you I can't read? Oh, wait, no. RFB donations. Let people know that RFB is a community-based nonprofit organization that exists primarily on donations from listeners who are a 501c3 charitable, so all donations are tax-deductible. Donations can be made at radiofreebrooklyn.com/donate.
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Hang in there.
You do one of those.
Okay. Radio Free Brooklyn is a 501c. You read that already. Hey, go to radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. And make sure you follow Radio Free Brooklyn on our social media. We are at Radio Free BK on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Hey.
Gambling debts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where can we find you? Jared, where can we find you on the internet?
On the internets, yes.
Yeah.
At Something Wilder. Something Wilder, like a little something without the G.
Without the G. Okay.
Yeah, without the G. Because you know what? When I got so much G, I mean, I got to drop it on that. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Oh, damn. That one's for you, Ralph.
And where can we find you, Ralph?
You can find me at preciousgorgeous.com. That's my name as a rapper, but it's my website where you can find my music and this podcast and
you're brilliant.
All kinds of stuff. God bless you. What about you, Aston?
I am at Aston Hollins, AstonHollins, most everywhere in the world. That is my name.
Yes, and
it's a great one at that.
What's the date of the next open mic you're doing?
Oh yeah. If you're over age 35, come to October 24th at Brick Ox.
Brick Ox.
Open mic.